Good morning, ladies and gents, and we're back at the historic Prospect of Whitby pub for hopefully a much better filming this time. So should be open soon and we'll be going inside, so join me there. While we wait for it to open, we'll cover a little bit of the history. This boasts to be London's oldest riverside inn, although there are others that boast to be that as well. The frontage, what you're seeing here, is Victorian era, but there's been an inn on this site since the reign of King Henry VIII. The flagstone floor that we'll see inside when we go in there is the only original feature from the earliest original inn. So when we walk on those flagstones, we'll be walking on the same flagstones of such characters as Samuel Pepys and the infamous Judge Jeffreys of the Bloody Assizes. Interestingly enough, this pub was the first place in England where a fuchsia plant was sold, and also I think it was January 1952 or 3, an armed robbery occurred here. So yeah, it's a little bit of the history. We'll go over there because there's a list up here of the Prospect of Whitby, London's oldest riverside inn, built circa 1520 in the reign of King Henry VIII, has catered for the public successively throughout the reigns of, and then you've got all the monarchs there from Henry VIII right up to King Charles III. So we're just waiting for the pub to open and we'll be going in soon. Alright, I'll pause you again. And in we go. Get out the road quickly. Take some pictures. Lovely, thanks very much, thank you. Excellent. There we go, that's better. Caught it in here before it gets too busy. Take my hat off. Bit of history there for you. Turner painted the, or painted from here, or a view of here or something like that. The late Queen. Get the bar. Get the bar quickly before it gets busy in here. Just round there. Just get in there. Queen Elizabeth II, of course. I'll film quickly and then I'll get my drink after. I'll film down here first anyway. Bridges are still there, but that's alright. Hall of London, 1924. That's a nice picture. Get the windows out there. Oh, sod it. I'll try this way again. There we go. View to top bar, look. See, I wasn't able to catch much of this last time because it was so busy, which is why I've come a bit earlier today. Beneath this part, beneath this floor, is part of the original cellar. The foundation's built into the wet bed. I wondered if it had a cellar or not, to be honest with you, being so near the river. Prospect was always prone to flooding, and so the cellar was eventually sealed off. And is unusable. Here we are. Answered my own question there, didn't I? Let's get a picture of the fire. That's nice. And the view out the window. And there's the hangman's noose there to remind everyone of the old execution dock and all the pirates and people that committed crimes against the sea and whatnot. That's where they'd be hanged or whatever you want to put it. Nice view from out here. There we go. And if you walk down to Pelican Stairs, you'll see through that little window there, which I'm hoping the tide will go out. Sorry. This is the time where I don't actually mind pointing you down at the floor because these flagstones are so historic, I don't mind that. The Prospect of Whitby. And then I'll show you upstairs and then I'll order my drink. Sorry. Thanks very much. Thank you. Cheers. Thank you. Right, I'll cover this one first because this was the busiest last time. You can get out on the balcony as well. Excellent. I'll get a decent little filming of this one then. And of course, my favourite historical Londoner, Samuel Pepys, left London a great legacy in the form of his diaries that he kept to tell us much of what we know today about London in the 17th century. He was known to be a regular patron here during his term as clerk for the Navy and later secretary to the Admiralty. It's the famous Pepys portrait there, up there. I'll take a picture of that. It was really busy outside. I thought, oh damn, I'm not going to be able to get a recording done, but it's been pretty okay. This room was once used for boxing matches. Perhaps some of the earliest international bouts took place here between seamen from all parts of the world. Cockfighting also known to have taken place in this room. Look, and there's the infamous Judge Jeffreys, a very, very hated man. He had some sort of, I think it was kidney disease or something, caused him lifelong pain. So some people say that's why he was so vicious. During the 1950s and 60s, Wapping was an area in decline. However, the Prospect was going from strength to strength. This room was a restaurant popular with many notable people during the day. Rob Steiger, Richard Burton, Kirk Douglas, Frank Sinatra, Paul Newman, Judy Garland, Muhammad Ali and Princess Margaret, to name just a few. Here they all are. Fascinating. Sorry, cheers. You alright? That's okay. Cheers, thank you. Ladies doing the same as me, just getting a video or pictures or whatnot. It's such a fascinating historical place, isn't it? I think because the floor, you can see it in this. The floor slopes downwards towards that way, and you can really feel that. So yeah. Should we have a wander out onto the balcony? The infamous hanging Judge Jeffreys was a local and regular patron here. That's shut. It is said that he would enjoy his lunch on the balcony whilst watching the hangings at a place known as Execution Dock. It was at Execution Dock that famous pirate Captain Kidd met his end in 1701. The noose below this point reminds us of this gruesome man who later died in the Tower of London. Yeah, they had to put him in the Tower of London for his own protection because he was so hated that the Londoners were basically just going to get him and he would be gone. He'd be gone, y'all, gone. Here's Pelican Passage down there. Pelican Alley, whatever you want to call it, down to the river steps. I'll be here a little while, so if the tide does go out, then we'll have a little wander over on the river, but we get some nice views across there. Downriver this way, and this balcony area goes around here as well. So I'll just point you up a minute because there's a lady sitting there. I think there's a lady out. Sit back and relax. And there's that noose to remind you of the lovely Judge Jeffreys. Seems like a nice fella, doesn't he? Yeah, he was hated. He ordered a woman, an old woman as well. She'd given shelter and a bit of lodging and a bit of shelter and food to some bloke who turned out he had been a rebel, but she didn't know that. And he ordered her to be burned. And when she pleaded for mercy, he said, "Yes, madam, you shall have mercy." And she sighed with relief. He said, "I commute the sentence to beheading." An old lady, not a nice fella. Sorry. Sorry. Right. As I said, it's filling up now as well, so getting busy. I'll cover that other bit through here. Look, these bricks here are Tudor. You can tell a Tudor brick is longer and narrower than modern ones. Oh, right. Look, the lookout's open as well. That wasn't open last time I came here. Away from the ears of the main crowd downstairs, many a smuggler's plot has been thought to be hatched in this room. The infamous pirate Captain Kidd was a regular patron in the Wapping hostelries. That room you can't get into, but I should go and order myself a drink in a minute once I've covered this lot. Grabbed it while it was fairly empty, so it hasn't done too bad. Had a big fire here in the Victorian era, and it was rebuilt, but they kept a lot of original, or as many original features as they could. Hi everyone. As you can see, I've shaved my head. That looks better now. I'm receding badly at the front, so yeah, not the best of things. Didn't look my best, shall we say, put it that way. We now come to Wapping, that nautical hamlet of Stepney, along the street extending from Lower East Smithfield to New Crane. It was begun in 1571 to secure the manor from the encroachment of the river, which had turned this part of the north bank of the Thames into a great wash of swamp. The commissioners of sewers rightfully imagining that when building once began, the tenants would not fail to keep out the river for the sake of their own lives and properties. Stowe calls it Wapping in the Woes, or Wash, and Stirrups describes it as a place chiefly inhabited by seafaring men and tradesmen dealing in commodities for the supply of shipping and shipmen. It must have been a dirty, dangerous place in Stowe's time, when it was chiefly remarkable as being the place of execution for pirates. Stowe says of it, the usual place for hanging of pirates and sea rovers at the lower water mark, and there to remain till 3 tides have overflowed them, was never a house standing within these 40 years, but since the gallows being after removed further off, a continual street of filthy straight passage with alleys of small tenements or cottages inhabited by sailors, victuallers, along by the river of Thomas, almost to Ratcliffe, a good mile from the Tower. Pirates were hung at East Wapping as early as the reign of Henry VI, for in a chronicle of London edited by Sir Harris Nicholas, we read that in his reign, 2 bargemen were hung beyond St. Catherine's for murdering 3 Flemings and a child in a Flemish vessel, and there they began till the water. Hengen till the water had washed over them by ebbing and flowed. So bet upon them, and as late as 1735, we read that in Gentleman's Magazine, Williams the pirate was hanged at Execution Dock, and afterwards in chains at Bugsby's Hole near Blackwall. That sounds nice, doesn't it? And this is called the Lookout for a very good reason, because you can there look out. There's people sitting out there, so I won't bother that too much. And we've been out there anyway, haven't we? So yes, we've pretty much covered this one very well today. Pleased with this. I'll probably do Pelican Alley if the tide goes out. We shall see. Hope everyone's well, and I hope you're enjoying the video so far. It's the ladies' toilet. The room where many a plot was hatched, which is a private room now, of course. Funny enough, I did actually wonder, did this place ever have a cellar? And then I thought, well, if it had a cellar, how the hell would that have worked, being so near the river? It's got lots of nautical things. Someone said to me that there was all notes pinned up on the ceiling, or stuck up on the ceiling in this pub. I've not seen them. I'll ask one of the bar ladies. See. I know there is a pub in London that's got all different notes up on the ceiling, but I don't know if it's this one or not. Prospect of Whitby. This basically mirrors the sign that's outside, and that's the Pepys room that we were in there just now, by the way. I'm sorry. Sorry. Sorry, thank you. Yeah, that's the Pepys room that we were in, and they've covered, this pub's covered from the reign of Henry VIII to King Charles III. There have been numerous sightings of ghosts and apparitions here over the years, as well as tales of poltergeist experiences. Wapping was a hard place in which to live, work, or even pass through. Many a poor soul would have lost their life here in all manner of unnatural ways. And that's true. And it is supposed to be very, very haunted as well, so you have been warned. Apparently, one of these little round windows years ago, I read a story, years and years ago, they used to put a candle in the window when it was okay for certain people to come in. Cheers, thank you. Certain people to come in. So, I like that. Sorry, cheers. Now opening to St Martin's Church. I think that's the steeple of that I saw in the distance. But yeah, I can't see any notes pinned up or stuck up on the ceiling. So, I don't know. Anyway, guys and girls, I hope you all found this one very, very interesting. We got a much better recording of it this time. We covered the whole thing. And once again we'll cover these ancient flagstones on which Samuel Pepys, Judge Jeffreys, Captain Kidd and so many other famous, infamous and notorious figures have walked. You're walking in the footsteps of lots and lots of historical people. So yeah, as I say, I hope you all found this one as interesting as I did. Take care and thank you very much for watching. I need to find the gents, I think it's about round the other side. You can get out into the little garden area there. That just basically mirrors what's upstairs, and we've seen all the views, haven't we? So get some more of these and then I'll call it quits for this one. It's to about 20 minutes, that should do it then. I can cut it into 2 10-minute segments for Instagram and TikTok. I love these old pictures. Yeah. Hall of London, 1924. I like that one. I've got a picture of that anyway. Anyway, as I said, hope you all found this interesting. Thanks for watching. There we are. I've had my pint of Flinty, which was quite a strong beer actually, not bad. Very decent. Hope you've all enjoyed the inside tour of the Prospect of Whitby. Bear that bridge there in mind. It's not very often nowadays that you can stand somewhere and get a glimpse of it exactly, more or less exactly as it was many years ago. Or quite some years ago anyway. This is going down to the Pelican Stairs. The pub was called the Pelican before it was called Prospect of Whitby. Tide's not out till later on, unfortunately. Smelly pirate. Smelly pirate. Hookers. Life could be a dream. Okay. I'm gonna try and get so I don't get wet, which may happen. There you can see the noose just there, look. And a nice little view across the Thames. Very nice, such pretties. So yeah, that's the historic Prospect of Whitby pub. Hope you all enjoyed that one. Packed full of history. Let's move away from the stairs so I don't get wet. Because I'm out for a while yet, so I don't want to get too wet. Alright, take care everyone, and thank you very much for watching.